Welcome to the Writer's Life. We get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life, where you get the truth about the writer's life. Subscribe if you haven't already. Punch the like button like you're punching the heavy bag, like I did this morning. And tap the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on one single exciting video. I don't know how many people are around today. Everybody's already cracked beers and everything already. Because tomorrow's the 4th of July. Remember, freedom isn't free. I found that, like, if I do take even blank pages, people take me more seriously. I look like that. And now for the news. It just has keywords written on it. But I look important, don't I? Like Walter Cronkite. It probably would be even better if I went like, and now for the news. Took the glasses off. Anyway, I hate wearing glasses. As soon as I can, I'm going to get the eye slice thing and feel young again. What do they call that? When they slice your eyes and you get 20/20 vision. You only have to wear glasses at night. What do they call that? I forget. Watch me, and they screw up like 1 out of a million, and I'll be like the millionth. And I'll be like, anyway. All right, so Kickstarter. I'll make it quick because I don't know if anybody's really glued to their screens today. To me, it's a work day. But so some authors and readers are actually shifting to Kickstarter a little bit to not only support authors, but to actually use it as a bookstore. And there's quite a few authors right now, and big name authors that are utilizing. Oh, I'm just showing you my bicep. Oh, that is my bicep. It's supposed to be Arnold, but it sounds like Indian Arnold. Anyway, the great Dean Wesley Smith swears by it. He started in a couple 3 years ago with Kickstarter, and all his campaigns earn out. And I've tried like half-assed like a couple years ago and gave up on it, and I tried again about a year and a half ago, and they always give you like if you look at my campaign right now, there's like $1. Someone pledged $1, but I think the system pledges $1 automatically, something like that. And so I believe like it's one of those things where like it might take you 15 campaigns before you kind of get the feel of it, and you kind of get the, you're able to come up with an enticing campaign. It takes marketing skills, not all of us authors, even us prolific authors, have the marketing skills necessary to do this. You might actually have to seek out help from someone who can write a better Kickstarter campaign for you. But again, this isn't a how-to station. It's more about like the philosophy behind this. As there's no question, people will argue with me, and I know it's controversial, but there's no question that we're transitioning from a brick and mortar perspective of browsing books to a digital perspective. There's just no question. People can deny it all they want, but this is primarily where people are browsing their book selections now. It just is. And to be honest, for all you ESG and environmentalist minded people, this is the cleaner way to do it, rather than getting a car that's going to put all that carbon dioxide in the air, and or use a Tesla that's going to use a battery that like takes unbelievable amounts of carbon dioxide to create. This is the best way to do it. You're being ESG friendly when you do that. I just thought I'd throw that in as an enticer. But there's no question that this transition is happening. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but that's the reality, folks. And it's also why I'm pushing more my indie list than anything else, because like I mentioned, actually, I conversed with Dean yesterday via his website, and something like only about a quarter of brand new hardcovers that are published actually get into bookstores anymore. Two reasons for that. One, publishers just cannot afford a sales force anymore. And if they have a sales force, they're probably just right out of college and earning almost spit, or whatever. And definitely the medium to small size publishers don't have a sales force. Probably the owner, or maybe a couple employees are like on the phone, trying to sell books, and they're just like, you know what? We're down to like 2 rows of books, and then we got toys, and we got coffee, and we're selling records, and and we're just selling anything but books, because people go to Amazon or Kobo or whatever to buy their books now, but they're also going to Kickstarter. I'm not saying Kickstarter is the end all be all yet, but if you can do it right, it can be lucrative. There's no question about it. So I'm giving it a shot again with the plumber. Everybody needs a plumber now and then. This is a galley proof. Actually, I have some author copies on the way. But it's cool though, because it's like, you can either just donate, or you can donate a certain amount and get like 1 book in the series. You can donate and get 2 books in the series, and you can donate and get 3 books in the series, or you can donate the maximum and get the 3 previous books in the series plus a digital copy of the new plumber. It's all digital, like, so that you get your reward right away. You can either get a copy of the Mobi or the EPUB or even a PDF. And if you really want me to, I can order you a paperback and sign up for you and go to the post office and send it out to you. Or I can make my sons do it. I will do that for you. But with that, you got to wait like a few days or, a week or something like that. But if you don't care, I'm happy to do it for you. But this is going to be interesting because, some people are going, another new thing is like Shopify. Authors are starting Shopify accounts and putting them on their website and selling books through that. I haven't done that yet. There's just different things are changing. Things are transitioning yet once again. And you can either take advantage of this stuff, or you can, be poor. I'm not saying like Kickstarter is going to make me FU money, but it could be, could be good. Plus, as a reader, you're being a part of something. You're becoming like a part of this series. And, maybe in the future, I'll even do like, okay, I'll choose like 4 or 5 names that I'll use in the next novel or something like that. There's little tricks of the trade, that I haven't quite learned yet, but I'm going to learn. So anyway, that's all I got to say on that. Let's see how it goes. But if you want to see what it's all about, there's a link below in the description. You can click on it, look at it, play with it. I tried to keep mine really as short as possible, because I've read a ton of authors' Kickstarters just to try to get an idea of how they're doing it. And they're like as long as some of my novels. It's like, I'm like, with people's attention spans these days, me, I like to write short chapters, because I know that people's attention spans aren't what they were even 10 years ago. And with this one, it's like, I tell you right off the bat, like, I know your time is precious, so here's what I'm doing. I hope you support it. You're going to get some cool rewards, and I'm out. Simple as that. All right, just one news story before I go. I believe it was Reuters. Don't take that as gospel, but I think it was Reuters. Anyway, they wanted to do like a I gotcha piece on Trump. right? And I love him or hate him. I'm an indie. I don't go either way. I do kind of like RFK Jr. though. He's interesting. Anyway, I'm not supposed to tell you who I like. I'm supposed to keep it to myself. Anyway, they wanted to look at all the presidents we've had, and who in their family line. They looked at their family line, and who in their family line, who among the presidents actually owned slaves generations ago. Now, every single one of the U.S. presidents' family lines owned slaves at one point. All but one. Guess who it was? And it's not who you might think. You're thinking right off the bat, it's got to be Obama, right? Nope. His family owned slaves. It's Trump. So they were like, fuck, now we got to report on this. We thought for sure he would have been like, a slave, his family would have been slave owners or something like that. I just found that humorous. There's nothing humorous about slavery, obviously. Thank God, it's been 150 years and the effects of it are still around. So it's going to be another 150 years before it's just completely wiped out. Hopefully not that long, but so there's nothing humorous about that. But I just thought it was humorous that a news organization tried to write a gotcha piece on them, and they got bit in their own ass. Anyway, that's the news of the day. All right, somebody's chiming in. William Whiteside. Wow, been a while since I've heard from you, William. What do you got? Sans glasses is an attention getter. Yeah, it is. It's like makes you feel important. Now for the news. Remember that iconic this is kind of sad. Speaking of the Kennedys, Walter Cronkite with mustache. He took his glasses off and he looked at the clock, and he said, "John Fitzgerald Kennedy died at 1:03 o'clock at Parkland Hospital," and he got all teary-eyed. That still gets to me when I look at that one. Is Vela a kind of, sort of, maybe Kickstarter? No. At least Kickstarter would cut out the corporate middleman. Yeah, for sure. No, Vela's a completely different thing. It is corporate. You can make some money with Kickstarter. Take two. You can make some money with Vela. I was making thousands at one point, but then they kind of reined it in a little bit. Now I use it as a writing tool. I make sure I contribute my first drafts to Vela every single day. And it keeps me moving. It keeps me motivated. So for me, it's a really cool writing tool, and you get paid a little bit for writing a first draft. So it's a win-win. I will miss bookstores. Yeah, I used to, when I was a kid, we'd go to the mall. Malls are going away too, right? And, my mother would shove us all in there and in the car and go to the mall, and they would go shopping because I had two older sisters. And I'd be like, I'm going to be in the bookstore the whole time. And I would just walk around the bookstores and look at the books, look at the covers. And I would end up, probably getting something in the bargain section or whatever. And I just loved bookstores. Happy Independence Day. Have a good one. You too, William. All right, with that, signing off. Tomorrow's Independence Day. I'm going to say it's a maybe if I come to you or not, because I think everybody's going to be having fun. I think the weather's supposed to be okay, but we'll see. If not, I will see you on Wednesday, God willing. Ciao, ciao, ciao.